My heart is that my grandmother made lots and lots of quilts over the years, and we used to just throw them down on the ground like they were nothing, and they're all battered and torn up, you know?
Back in Tyler, Texas?
Yeah, Henderson and Tyler and Arp and all those East Texas towns.
All those good places. Have a seat on the sofa over there by the, and because we really want to take a look at this sled that's been made into a coffee table.
You can make anything into a table, Harry, the truth of it. You can just about make anything into a table. In fact, I have about 15 tables. My husband said, if you buy one more eating surface, I'm out of here. This used to be red, actually. It's an original snow sled. And then when we, this was up in the country in upstate New York when we lived there. And when we moved out here, the color scheme changed. So I said to the people that I'd bought the sled from, I said, can you do anything about it? And so they distressed it and made it look all sort of old and yellowish instead of red.
And it doesn't say Rosebud on it any place or anything? No, of course not.
No, nothing sinister.
You mentioned your mother just a couple of minutes ago, and I know she did these paintings. And
the ones here?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a very creative woman. Besides doing all this sewing, and I think she made every article of clothing I ever wore, my dance costumes and everything. She also sort of later in her life decided that she wanted to paint, and she's very accomplished, and she picks unusual things, like she did a series of marbles, and then she did a series of eggs, and then she did for a while a lot of abstract things. She's very eclectic in the sorts of things she does. She jumps from one theme to another. She doesn't just do one thing. In fact, I have some things upstairs which we won't be seeing. She took her old oil rags that, you know, you wipe your paint on, and made these wonderful collages. They look sort of like Japanese screens, because she said, I just hate throwing away all that color.
Did she have a lot of influence on you?
I think mothers have a lot of influence on their kids, yes, and certainly mine did. Very quiet, a lot different than I am, actually. She's a very pensive, quiet person. She reads a lot. She's kind of a loner. She's not real gregarious. So I think I express sort of a side of her that she doesn't express, and vice versa. I adore my mom.
That's nice. That's nice. It's nice to be surrounded with a lot of things that remind you of her too.
Yeah, and my grandfather, her father, did a lot of whittling in East Texas. I have wonderful knives and forks and all kinds of things that he used to sit and whittle on the back porch. I think I just come from a very creative group of people in my family.
As you've been renovating this house, I know that you've been living out back. And we're going to go out back and look around out there in just a minute.
But you're not going to see how out back it used to look. We had backhoes and outdoor toys. We had everything in the backyard for 2 years. It looks real civilized now.
We'll go take a look when we come back, as we're
Okay.
at home with Sandy Duncan. We'll be right back. We're in Sandy Duncan's Connecticut and California backyard, complete with picket fence and swimming pool and spectacular view, and I wish I lived with you.
Well, I can talk to my husband, Harry. I mean, we could arrange this.
We'd have a lot of negotiating to do. So you're standing in front of the place where you lived while the big house was being renovated, right?
Yeah, the guest house. We've now renovated this to become something else. It's more like a recreation center.
And is this the place you really hang out?
We spend most of, when we get home from work, the kids and Don and I hang out here almost all night till we go to bed, yeah.
Show me around a little bit. Take
Sure.
me inside, because there's some neat stuff in there we want to get a glimpse of. My goodness.
We call this boys' noise. Pinball machine. These are the only things. I don't know about you, I have technophobia. I can't do all this new Nintendo stuff, but I can at least do pinball machines. That's our era, right?
That's about my speed, too.
And let me turn this off. We don't need all this stuff going on. There we go. This was given to me by my husband as a surprise for, I guess, my, what, birthday? My 44th?
We've got one just like that.
Do you?
Yeah. Right here in the studio.
We're about to paint this floor black in a couple of weeks, because we actually, my husband's an ex-dancer, we actually come out here and dance. We like to jitterbug.
That's fun.
So we come out and dance.
And now the mural around the fireplace, explain that a little bit.
Yeah, Gino Andrews did this for us. As a matter of fact, Gino is Ryan's brother, and Ryan is Jason Bateman's roommate.
See that.
Jason's on the show with me, and it's sort of a, we were just going to paint blocks of color, and he was here painting with his brother. They painted this for us. He said, let me do something for you. So what he did was basically put a mural up. That's Don and I in front of the New York City skyline, and there's Mikey in his Superman outfit, and Jeffrey in his soccer ball thing, and the rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. I'd say it's a major fireplace, wouldn't you?
Major fireplace. Yeah. You mentioned New York, and I look at the place you live out there. Is this your revenge for years of living in the city?
I love living in New York, is the truth of it, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to adjust living in Los Angeles. But now that we're here and we have this, and I love to garden. It's my hobby and my passion, and this is pretty idyllic. I just hope we can keep paying the bills, because I don't want to move.
Because you started, what, your fourth season now on the Hogans?
Yeah, we're starting, and we're on your network for the first year, so we're even more excited because they're treating us like this whole new show.
That's nice.
Yeah.
How do you work that? I mean, sitcoms are so much work, and there's so many hours in a day, and you've got a great husband and then two lovely kids, and how do you keep it all balanced?
I think it's the best job you can have if you're in this business as a woman and trying to do mothering and wife. It's so controlled in terms of hours. It's sort of like a school teacher. I mean, you work from 10 to 6 most days. You have all your holidays off. You have 3 and 4 months off in the summer, and you get paid a lot of money. I have no complaints. I really don't. It's an ideal job.
Yeah. One of the things that I admired so much about you is you seem to me to always have such great energy and such a great attitude, and it's rare that we don't see a smile on your face. Do you know where that comes from?
I have never thought about it, but I know that I'm very grateful because I feel very lucky about the kind of life I have, and I have a little bubble inside, and I think it would be pretty ungracious of me not to be grateful and happy about my life. There's so many people in this world that have put through so much that I think I just have a little spurt of thank you, God.
Mm. The other thing I know that we want to get in this morning, why we've got a chance to talk to you, is what have you been doing the last 2 days for 15 hours a day?
Yeah, those were a little long. Those hours were. I've been doing an exercise video. I've been approached for about 7 years to do one because I've danced my whole life, and it seemed kind of everybody was doing them, and I didn't really want to do it. And I also felt that sometimes they're a little bit intimidating, and I'm for the fitness frenzy. I think it's good that people are exercising, but this is called the 5-minute workout, and what it basically does is not cardiovascular, but it's about working all the muscle groups and warming up your body so that it's a responsible tape. It's about any age can do it, seniors can do it, and I like it because it doesn't hurt, it doesn't injure bodies, it protects them. So it felt like a nice thing to put out there for people to do as an adjunct to the other videos that they might do, exercise videos.
You mentioned your husband a minute ago and about the dancing. You ever get a chance to work with him?
We worked together from around 1970 until he stopped dancing 4 years ago. He decided that there really wasn't a market for it, and he was kind of at the top of the heap. The last thing he did was Singing in the Rain on Broadway, the Gene Kelly role, and he said, you know, there's not a product anymore to do. It was sort of like white elephants, so he's gone into real estate, and he enjoys it. He likes it a lot.
So nice of you to let us see another side of you and to look around your house and this fun house in the backyard there. What a
You're
pleasure
very
to
lucky,
chat
by
with
the
you.
way, Harry. You have a nice crew, because to have people come in and hang all these cables in your house and lights and stuff, they were very polite.
That's good. Good luck in the Hogan family this fall.
Thank you.
We'll be back.